One of these unlucky Americans who does not deserve it is called Nick Cupper. He's being kicked out of the Air Force after 19 years of service. He's a child with several disabilities. He was relying on the medical benefits that come with retirement, which he has earned. Nick Cupper is an Air Force Master Sergeant, brave enough to join us tonight, for which we are grateful. Nick Cupper, thanks so much for coming on. This is a nightmare story. I think most people are not aware this is still happening, but it is still happening, correct?
Yes, Tucker, it is. And in fact, you said it's tens of thousands. It's actually hundreds of thousands by the DoD's own numbers today. I mean, you're looking at Guard and Reserve from all the branches. In the Air Force alone, it's over 10,000 people, to include myself. And, you know, like you said, yeah, I've been counting on this 20-year retirement for the past 19 years. That's been the plan. And all because they won't grant me a religious exemption waiver. You know, they're looking to kick me out. Actually, as of tomorrow, they just called me before the show and said they want to issue my separation package. So after 19 years, they're going to throw everything away that I've worked for, but I'm just one of hundreds of thousands of people who are being kicked out because we won't take an illegal emergency use vaccine.
That hurts people and doesn't protect you from COVID. It's just so nuts.
No.
Sorry, excuse me.
No, and in fact, Tucker, talking about it doesn't protect you from COVID, if you look at their own numbers, the DoD has seen a threefold increase in cases and deaths on a monthly basis since the mandate was enacted. So since more people got vaccinated, a greater number have actually died or gotten the COVID.
I believe that number is real. And meanwhile, the United States military cannot meet its recruiting goals, and so has lowered standards to a dangerous level and is thinking about recruiting foreign nationals. I'm not making any of this up, correct?
No, it's wild. And in fact, the Army recently put out a thing where they were going to go ahead and recruit people without even having GEDs, because that's how bad their recruiting is getting. But at the last second, from enough backlash, they decided to scrap that program. But all the branches, and they've talked about it in Congress, they've talked about it in newspapers, they're all struggling. I mean, the Air Force hasn't missed its recruiting goal since 1999, and they've already projected to do that this year. The Army was only at 40% of its recruiting goal just the other day, and it only has 3 months left in this year.
So my theory is we ignore the big things in favor of obsessing over the little ones. So destroying the U.S. military would qualify as a big thing. Do you not have a member of Congress? I mean, there are hundreds of Republicans holding federal office. None has come forward to stop this?
So there definitely have been some. I was on Matt Gaetz' podcast, and he's definitely been fighting for us. Thomas Mass has been fighting for us, Chip Roy. But there are only a few. You know, we need everybody. This is not a problem for tomorrow to be solved or the next day. This is a problem right now. You're talking about over 10% of your military is looking to be canned right now. I mean, if I were China or I were Russia, I'd be chomping at the bit right now.
God, this is...
And
it's beyond
it's also
belief.
wild that they've only been granting religious waivers to members who are already separating, already out. That does no good for the member. The member's already gone. And I think it's very ironic that, you know, Secretary Austin was given a waiver by Congress to serve, yet he refuses to give any of us waivers to keep serving.
Oh, you mean the board member from Raytheon who now runs the military? Nick Cupper, I'm heartbroken to hear your story, and we're just really rooting for you. And I hope someone helps you in the final hours. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Well, a new study out of Israel that we brought you earlier found a